This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
A recent report by consultancy Capgemini found that 58% of banks will offer or already have transactional banking services on social media. The remaining 42%, which will not do so, cited challenges like security, data privacy and regulations. Now here in Singapore, OCBC Bank was the first to jump on the bandwagon. Its mobile app allows customers to send up to $100 using the recipient's Facebook account and a 6-digit PIN from the sender. For more on the evolution of social media banking, Travis Teo spoke to Philip Gom, an industry practice leader for financial services at Capgemini.
Banks have been very, very quick to adopt the internet banking channel and now app-based mobile banking. But we think that the market is very, very new in terms of moving towards transactional usage in social media. So we expect that organisations who are going to capture significant market opportunity will be those who develop a robust social media strategy and get in place, a series of get-rights around making sure their strategy is successful.
Right, I see. So as the whole industry is very new in social media banking, so is it safe to say that going forward there would be more of such services being offered by the banks?
Yeah, look, our analysis would indicate that the successful banks are going to embrace this technology very, very quickly. And we'll see multiple virtual services evolving in the social media space in order to meet this demand that's been identified out of the Gen Y customer set, who have got a strong preference for wanting to transact in this space rather than just gain product information. And this is kind of the inflection point where banks need to now recognise that social media channel is forming and they need a channel strategy that embraces social media. And to your point, quite rightly, that means we're going to see an increase in transactional services in this space.
But do you think banks should even be using social media? Because are there any risks or concerns about privacy?
I think that's a great point. Look, the kind of barriers to broader social media adoption relate to particularly overcoming that issue around privacy and security. So an organisation must have a very robust set of policies that give their customers a sense of assurance that they are transacting with the same degree of trust that they should expect from all of their existing channels. And this is not a new argument. We faced very similar discussions when internet banking was nascent. But look, the reality is that two-factor authentication and other encryption technologies have given us the sense of confidence that has now been able to support very, very substantial take-up of these technologies in this space.
Right, Phil. I think you have anticipated my next question, which is about Singapore requiring two-factor authentication for online banking. So do you think that social media banking in that sense exists in a grey area? Are there any regulatory hurdles that banks here might face?
It is something that through our research we've considered. And the feedback that we're getting is that although regulatory frameworks are still fairly early in their formation, the best way to be able to influence the outcomes is for a financial services organisation to engage very closely with their regulator as these policies are evolved. And those organisations that have taken this proactive stance are finding to their delight that the barriers are perhaps not as significant as what they may have initially anticipated.